Here to react, Fox News contributor, former Secretary of State, former CIA Director Mike Pompeo, who got his formative years at West Point. Your reaction to what we know so far. This is so disturbing. It gets more disturbing by the revelation.
Oh, Brian, that's so true. You know, we've learned this new fact. I'm sure we'll learn new facts this afternoon or tomorrow. But the basic things we know. Shooter got on a roof within a couple hundred yards of the former president of the United States and had a clean shot. Now appears there was notice. This is unacceptable. This is an enormous failure of the American government's ability to protect the most fundamental democratic institution, the ability for the former president of the United States to go campaign. I hope when we unpack this, we see that that I'm wrong about that, but every indication is this was a massive structural failure of the DHS and Secret Service folks who were responsible for protecting Donald Trump.
Investigation's going to begin. They said hold on to all paperwork. If you're the head of the Secret Service, should you resign or be fired?
Yeah, you know, I guess I don't think so much about that in the sense of she failed. Right? In the end, she did not do her fundamental task. I hope that when this all clears, the President of the United States fires her. That would be to hold her accountable would be the right thing for America.
And part of the reason he doesn't fire anyone, he never has cabinet meetings, so he doesn't even know who they are. And that's true. It's been about 2 years. Can you imagine not having a cabinet meeting with the President of the United States who even wants to be updated on what you're doing? Mr. Secretary, also, RFK Jr., after pleading for a few months, taking money out of his pocket for private security, will finally get Secret Service protection.
You and I spoke about this a couple months back, if I remember correctly, Brian. Maybe it was on your radio show. We talked about the fact that to not provide protection to someone like Robert Kennedy is just dangerous. It's dangerous for the country. It's dangerous for him. It's dangerous for his family. It's dangerous for people who come to their events, as we saw on Saturday, right? It's not just the protectee. It's everyone who goes to see them and to participate in democracy. We had a death on Saturday. I'm glad they've done it now. It is way too little and way too late.
Here's what RFK posted right afterwards. It says, thank you to President Biden for granting me Secret Service protection. I'm grateful to Gavin DeBecker and associates for keeping me safe over the last 15 months of my campaign. They're also going to bulk up and give President Trump presidential-level Secret Service. About time they should talk. I hope they do. Finally, this big story around the world. You talk to more world leaders than anybody, and we're in the CIA, as Secretary of State, and from your contacts in your previous life as a congressman. Are they afraid of Donald Trump coming to power? Should they fear President Trump leaving NATO should he win?
Brian, what they should know is that for 4 years the world was largely at peace. It was because America had a real leader. We were strong. We defended things that mattered to our country. We put America first, but in doing so, we kept them safer. We didn't have the conflict in the Middle East. Instead, we had the Abraham Accords. We didn't lose 13 Americans in Afghanistan. We didn't have an invasion of Vladimir Putin into Europe. No, they should be glad that President Trump is leading in the polls, and they should be rooting for President Trump and the team that I'm confident he will build, who will keep not only America secure, but deliver in a way that makes the globe more prosperous as well.
I talked to the President of Poland, Duda. He says he was a big ally in NATO.
He was.
And I talked to the President of Finland, who was the Prime Minister, and he said the President's been great for NATO. So in reality, anybody that says that President Trump, if he wins, is leaving NATO, are they right or wrong?
They're completely wrong. The best evidence is to talk to the Secretary General, Jens Stoltenberg, who was the Secretary General, the leader of NATO for our entire 4 years, and he will tell you that NATO was stronger when we left than when we came.
And if you're out there against Trump, just find another talking point. That doesn't fly. Mr. Secretary,
Thank you.
I hope if President Trump wins, he gives you another prominent position.
Bless you.
You've already had
Thanks,
two.
Brian.